Hey guys, what is going on? This is car number 5, and today we are going to go ahead and finish up the BR series, regardless of how many games it's going to take. And for this game, we're playing the team name of the TO. Looks like he's in the championship series. So yeah, this will be an interesting matchup. I decided to go ahead and play at the Metrodome. We go ahead and get his leadoff guy to ground out to shortstop. And then I go ahead and go to my one of my lefties in my bullpen. Actually been one of my better lefties this run, that was Loop, and then I went ahead and went to Benoit to get the final out, which was a ground out to third base. So let's see if we can get anything going with our bats. During this BR run, I feel like I really have not been hitting too great. He goes ahead and walks our leadoff Edgar Martinez. But yeah, I feel like I'm not hitting too great. I honestly don't feel like this was the best draft. I feel like it was an okay draft for the options they gave me. But yeah, I'm just for the bullpen I got. Considering the fact I have 2 diamonds, I'm just not thoroughly impressed with my bullpen. And drafting those diamonds, it took somewhat of a hit for my offense, but it is what it is. We go ahead and get a fly out to center field. We're going to go ahead and advance from second to third, though, so we do have men on first and third with 1 out. It's a 1-0 count here. I believe that was Greg Bird, and that was almost a line out. That was a line out. I don't know if I probably would have been able to tag anyways, but he misses the ball somehow, and we go ahead and score a run. Not sure if they counted that in there or not. Should have been a base hit in my opinion because I hit it pretty well. But Jose Bautista comes up. He pretty much throws one down the middle, and he rips it up the middle for a hit. If he was playing normal, his shortstop might have got to that. The center fielder misplays it again, and we're going to go ahead and score 2 runs, go up 3-0. And Bautista's going to go all the way to third base for a triple. Again, I'm not sure if they counted that as an error or not. And then next up, Ryan Schimpf, pretty much one right down the middle. And we do get that one to land. I feel like there's still a lot of lineouts. Sometimes like the balls will just have random topspin. Sometimes they'll just hang up forever. We're going to kind of fast forward this game, go to the 3rd inning. Opponent honestly wasn't the greatest player. He had a few blue pits and whatnot. Managed to score 1 run. We didn't score any other runs the rest of the game. We went to Glenn Perkins to get some of his lefties out. And then he pretty much gets a swinging bunt with Freddie Freeman to beat the shift. I feel like a lot of that stuff's just been happening lately, versus me. And then Josh Donaldson comes up, and we got K-Rod, and he's just going to barely get a piece of it, and it's going to be a ground out right back to the pitcher. And that's going to go ahead and do it for our 9th win. Let's go ahead and see who we get here. And our 12th game is going to be Cespedes. So I don't even remember at the time what he was going for, but I think it was a decent reward because I know he was going for a decent amount because everybody was trying to do that Mets team epic. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump right into our next game. Sorry, some of the lineup screen cut off before the game started. But we're playing the Brooklyn Kings. For some reason, he's playing at the Polo Grounds. Our second batter drew a walk. And then we got Hanley that came up, and he pretty much had like an inside-out swing. It's only going to be a double, though. Kind of wanted the ball to mess with him out there in the corner a little bit, but he played a good bounce and got the ball back in. Greg Bird came up, and then he brought Chapman in, and then I brought Miggy. The rookie Miggy off the bench, and he hit a fly ball deep enough, it should be deep enough to score a run here. 70 speed on third base. We go ahead and get the run in. I mean, Polo Grounds is cool. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating playing here. I played a game here the other day on stream, and it just ended up being really crazy. I don't know it's just kind of weird because you kind of have to shift to take those gaps away, but you're going to give up a lot of blue pits. As you can see that I had the shift on here, but if you just don't put the shift on, if anything in the gap is a potential inside the park home run. But we made pretty good wood there. We dotted that last one up with Ryan Schimpf, and it just ended up being a line out to center. I was real proud of that hit. I thought it was a really good hit for Chapman, and I was hoping it would fall, but it did not. But we do take a 1-0 lead here at the Polo Grounds. Looks like my opponent has a somewhat late bat. We started Garrett Richards this game, so that was kind of fortunate. He started a few games this BR run. And we go ahead and make a pitch middle in. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's kind of a dead man zone out there where you get a ton of blue pits. But I feel like it's more important to take away those gaps. And with 2 outs, he does hit one pretty decent to my center fielder, but we're right there to make the play. So next inning, he still has Chapman, and I'm still trying to wear him out a little bit. And I'm not sure, honestly, I'm not sure who hit that, but he hit it off the wall. And I'm going to go ahead and take second base on that one right there. That might have been Bautista. I don't think it was, though. And then next we have Salty. No, that wasn't Bautista. It was somebody low in the lineup. Then we have Salty come up, who's terrible versus lefties. And he gets out. And the batter before him got out as well. I didn't show it. So we have 2 down with a runner in second for our leadoff Edgar Martinez. He kind of does a smart thing here. Goes ahead and puts him on. while at the same time, you know, I have got Chapman's pitch count up, so he's probably not going to be able to pitch the next inning. And then Peterson comes up, and I get jammed and hit decent to left field. I'd have thought it might go off the wall there for a little bit, but it's going to end up being an out. And that was honestly, that was one of my biggest problems so far in this BR run, is I'm just not hitting with runners on. I'm just stranding way too many runners. Like, I'm getting guys on, I'm just not getting them in at all. And then we go ahead and go to Glenn Perkins. He gets one out, and then Molina, you can see right here, that's just dead man zone, and he gets a little blue pit. He wasn't very smart, though. He tried to take second base of Molina, and then we go ahead and throw behind him at first to get him. Should just stay there. So we got pretty lucky there. And then next up, Kyle Schwarber. We still have Glenn Perkins in. Throw a slider down and away. Got him to roll over to second base. So no harm, no foul. We're at 2 innings. We haven't gave up a run yet. And he's got Carter Capps coming in, and I was all over this. I think that wasn't Jock Peterson. I think that was Greg Bird. I was just all over that, and it went nowhere. And then Bautista comes up, 2 outs, rips a single up the middle. Carter Capps, I know people have seen him a lot. I still find him somewhat tough to hit. He can be really effective, but I know he's not like the best bullpen guy in the world. But man, I would do anything to get a guy like Carter Capps for my BR drafts. And then Ryan Schimpf again. He didn't do much, or he hasn't done much so far this BR run either. I just wasn't really hitting well this game, to be honest, and I got jammed and flew out to left field. The next inning, though, we throw a pitch middle in, and he doesn't make very good contact at all. He's way under it, and it's just going to be a routine out to the left field. And he goes ahead and pinch hits Max Kepler for Carter Capps. At this point, I'm pretty much trusting Benoit more than Wade Davis and K-Rod, even though they haven't done bad. Just not really a huge fan of those diamond cards. I do like Benoit, though, and I probably used him the most so far this BR run. And then we got 2 outs, 1 out to go. Throw a changeup down, and then he's able to fight it off and does get a hit up the middle with Cal Ripken. So that's going to go ahead and bring the winning run up to the plate, so we have to be careful here. He has Steven Drew coming up, and we're going to go ahead and go to Aaron Loop. Again, he's actually been really solid this BR run for me as well. He's got a really slow changeup and curveball. He doesn't throw very hard, and he's got pretty decent movement on a sinker. We do get him the ground out to shortstop, and that's going to go ahead and do it. So we are 2 wins away from getting that Cespedes 10-0 start. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into the next game. Unfortunately, this next game, I'm playing probably one of the best players in the game. VT, I don't know what his name is. I know who he is. It's VT Guess, VT Hokies. I don't know. He has a couple different accounts. You can see he's got a good record there, 35-4. Playing this game at Chase Field. He's got his leadoff guy, Tony Gwynn. We got him to kind of jammed him a little bit. That ball did travel quite a bit, though. But we're going to go ahead and get 1 out. And then he has Josh Donaldson come up. And he rips a single to left field, so I know it's time to go to the bullpen already. So he had a pretty good lineup. He had Posada and Robbie Cano as well. And this is Posada. I went with Benoit, threw a changeup straight down, and he grounded into a double play here, fortunately. So nothing in that first inning for him. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get us some runs. This is his common left-handed pitcher, and this is why I lead off Edgar Martinez. He just rips one to left field, and that's going to be a home run. So we're going to go up 1-0 this game. Looking good. I feel like I haven't hit a home run forever. And then Peterson comes up, and I felt like I was all over that too. That's just going to be a ground out to second. I felt like I was all over that. I think I might have been slightly on top of it. I'm not sure. And then he goes ahead and walks Hanley, and we still only have 1 out. And then I don't know what I was doing here. That was Greg Bird. I think I was expecting to change up. I just didn't swing. But we stole a base, and then Bautista come up. He went ahead and walked Bautista, and then I hit one pretty well here, but Cano's able to cover some ground, make a dive and play, and that's really unfortunate. Again, I'm just leaving way too many runners on, especially against good players. And then next pitch, our next inning, we throw a changeup down and in, and somehow he's able to go opposite field with it. Again, it's kind of just the game, just being MLB The Show 17. He was just late on the changeup down and got a hit, and 3-1 count. I thought I made a really good pitch here, and he's able to just keep this fair. That's just a good hit. Nothing I can really do. I made the best pitch that I could, and he went up 2-1. Still got Benoit in. I still feel like he's pitching well. Throw a 2-seamer down and in, got him to strike out. And then next batter, Chris Carter. Again, I made another good pitch. He didn't hit it too well, just barely beat the shift. So he's going to have 1 on and 1 out. We're just trying to limit damage here to keep this game close. I know he's only up 2-1, but at this point, I just feel like I was not hitting. And then we induced another ground ball. Unfortunately, that was right down the line again. So he's going to get another hit. we just cannot. Seems like this game I just cannot catch a break in this inning. And then he pinch hits. We go ahead and bring in Glenn Perkins. We threw a slider down. This is pretty much just, yeah, this wasn't good. I threw a slider down and in, and he was able to fight it off to right field. And that's going to score 2 runs. Let's make it 4-1, and I just haven't been hitting. So I really wasn't feeling too confident at this point. Tony Gwynn comes up, 3-2 count. We do get him the ground out to first. So let's see if we can at least limit the damage here, only being down 3 runs. And then on next batter, I go ahead and bring Wade Davis in. I threw a cutter off the plate, and he just smoked it up the middle. So again, I thought I was making some good pitches. Unfortunately, they were just finding holes, and we're down 5-1 at this point, so we're not looking good. And this is a good example of why I'm just not a huge fan of BR. I'm not that good of a BR player. It usually takes me a few innings to get used to everything. I like to see a lot of pitches. BR is really, I mean, I usually do okay, but it's usually not my best mode. I'll just say that. But we're not out of this yet. Next batter, we rip a single through the shift. Fortunately, did find a hole. And then next batter, 2-0 count. And then I just missed this. I was just under this, or that would have been at least hit hard. Well, who knows in this game? I don't know. I did have a green swing on it, but I was just under that. And again, that's unfortunate. I'm just turning way too many runners. And then Edgar Martinez comes up. And I actually hit this pretty well. I think I was on the ball, went up the middle. Cano was able just to cover amazing ground. He had up the middle, and he had all the way almost to first base. So he took away 2 of my hits there. Next inning, we throw a pitch middle in, get him to fly out to right center. Again, my outfield's pretty terrible. Jock Peterson covering center. He's not able to cover too much ground. And then Robbie Cano comes up, and I thought he hit another home run. But we're able to get to it. So I was fortunate that wasn't hit either down the line or a little bit more to the right. And then, again, Tulo, I throw a slider away. This was a good hit. I got lucky here. I do admit he was right on that one. So we're down 5-1. And the third inning, not looking too good. Jock Peterson does come up, however, and I thought this might be a line out, but that's going to get over his head. We were pretty much on that one, ripped it to right field over his head, and that's going to give us a leadoff double. At least give us some type of momentum. Next batter, Hanley Ramirez is coming up, and he went ahead and brought in Nate Jones, who I do not like facing too much. And I think I was under this. I don't remember what the PCI placement was, but man, those are the most frustrating outs. I really should have just been on top of that. And should have drove it to right field, but I did not. So there's going to be 1 out. Man on second. Again, we hit this one pretty well too. I think I centered this one up. I think it was a center yellow. Just says just late chase, but fortunately that one did not find a hole. In the next batter, we struck out. I was trying to check swing there, so that's going to give us our first loss. And then at this point, I was kind of frustrated. I should have stopped playing. I really just should have stopped playing. But we're going to go ahead and go to the next game and see if we can at least get some redemption and get our 11th win. And we're playing at Yankee Stadium. And then I missed a pitch. I down and in. I should have hit that. Again, I just didn't really feel like I was hitting too well in BR. I don't know what it is. I feel like I almost hit better in seasons. Edgar Martinez makes it out there, and then we swing over the top of this. This guy was like throwing me a lot of stuff down the middle, and I was just either swinging on top of it or swinging way under it. And then Hanley comes up. Again, he's throwing me pitches in the middle, and I should have made the adjustment. I did not. I was not playing well at all this game. And then his leadoff man hit one down the line for a double. And then pretty much when somebody gets on, it's almost a guaranteed run for me, or a guaranteed run against me, it feels like. We threw a pitch middle in, left a little bit over the middle of the plate though, and he rips a single up the middle, and that's going to go ahead and put him up top 1-0. But like I said, when somebody gets on, I feel like my opponent's just all of a sudden about 500 runners in scoring position, or they steal a couple bases, or they just find a way to get the runs in. And I was really just the opposite this BR run. We did get 1 out there, but he did a hit and run. He stole third, had no chance to throw him out. And then he gets a weak fly ball to center. Again, we just don't have any chance to throw this runner out. 94 speed. So like I said, he got a couple hits, nothing too crazy, and he's able to score 2 runs off those 2 hits. I got to find a way to limit that better. I'm not sure what I could have done. I tried slice up and the runners on, and they're still just still. I tried doing, pitch outs, and then our guy has an error here. I don't know what was going on at all. But I try to do pitch outs, and I feel like they just go back half the time. I wish they would find a way to kind of fix that, but whatever. And then Hunter Pence comes up. We have K-Rod in the game at this point. And I got him to fly out to center. So we need to get some runs, or else our BR run is over, and we're just going to leave Cespedes hanging there. So we do lead off the inning with a line drive down the third baseline. I was able to finally keep something fair. I think that was Greg Bird. And we get that leadoff double. Then Bautista comes up with 2 strikes. Man, I could not get my PCI up on that. I feel like a lot of times this year, I feel like the PCI is like heavier to move up. I don't know what it is. I never had that problem in 16. But I feel like it's just, you have a little bit less time to move it up. I don't know what it is. Then Ryan Schiff comes up. I was trying to check swing. I feel like when I try to check swing, it's always a strike. And then I come up with too low, and I thought I was right on that. Slider down and away. I think I did dot it up, but it's just too low. He does not have amazing power versus righties. And then Perkins will go ahead and come in the game for me. Gives me a ground out to shortstop. And there's nothing else to show for that second inning. Going to go into third, see if we can score some runs. Thought I hit this one pretty well. Thought I might beat the shift to Salty. I was trying to stay back on the ball and drive it up the middle or opposite field. Unfortunately, we hit it right to his guy, and he made a good play. Next batter, again, we're swinging right under stuff. I mean, I was just under that, so I did not make the adjustment. And I think we're down to our last strike, Edgar Martinez. And of course, that's going to stay in play. I feel like they all stayed in play, so that's going to do it. Those are BR rewards. Pretty terrible, pretty annoying, just disappointing run in general. I just did not play well the last game. Against VT Guest, I thought I played pretty well. I thought I was hitting the ball pretty well. Just had some unfortunate luck, and we get nothing in our packs. So, yeah, guys, I try to give you some BR gameplay. It's not really my thing. I just don't play it too much. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. I apologize that it took a while to get these videos out there. Just been working a lot, so hope you enjoyed the series. Maybe we can do something else, something different sometime. But I'm just not the best BR player, and it's not the most, I don't know, it's not the most entertaining mode for me to play. I definitely prefer events, and hopefully they can get some events going and get this new season up so I can get some more gameplay for you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. This is Car Number 5 signing out. Peace.